Joan thought her afternoon coffee and evening wine were harmless until she woke up dizzy with a blood pressure reading of 165/92. Most seniors focus on what they eat, but I'm here to talk about when you drink and why combining two common beverages can silently spike your blood pressure overnight. In this video, I'll reveal the drink combo that triggered heart rhythm issues in 100% of test subjects over 60, and how a simple timing shift could protect your heart starting tonight. After 60, your body changes, your digestion slows, your sleep gets lighter. But what if one simple habit, something you've done for years, was quietly raising your blood pressure every night? I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley, and today I'm going to show you a dangerous drink combination that becomes toxic after 60. It's not about restriction, it's about timing. And for many of my patients, understanding this one shift helped protect their heart, their sleep, and their independence. Because the scariest part isn't what it does during the day. It's what happens to your heart while you're sleeping. 1. Why coffee and alcohol become dangerous. After 60, Joan never thought her daily routine was dangerous. Every afternoon at 3, she'd treat herself to a tall iced coffee. Then, around 7, a small glass of red wine while watching her favorite mystery show. It felt harmless, familiar. Until one night, she woke up dizzy. Her heart was racing. She checked her blood pressure. 165/92. Nothing else had changed. So what happened? Let's talk about two drinks most people never think twice about: coffee and alcohol. Individually, your body may handle them fine, but when they're combined, especially after 60, they can trigger a dangerous chain reaction inside your heart. Caffeine ramps up your nervous system. It pushes your heart to beat faster, and it lowers the threshold for calcium release inside your cardiac cells. Now add alcohol to the mix. It may feel like it's calming you down, but biologically, it's poking holes in the same heart cells. Tiny calcium leaks begin, like a faucet that won't fully close. So now your heart is speeding up, while trying to contain a flood. That's how you get arrhythmia. That's how blood pressure spikes overnight, even when you're asleep. A 2023 study published in Heart Rhythm tested this combo in aging heart models. Caffeine alone, no arrhythmia. Alcohol alone, still fine. But when combined, every single subject developed irregular heart rhythms. Joan didn't need a new medication, she just needed better timing. She moved her coffee to the morning, and on the days she wanted wine, she skipped the caffeine. Simple as that. No more dizzy spells, no more pounding heart at 2 a.m., just peace and steady numbers. So, if you enjoy both drinks, that's okay. But after 60, they should never cross paths. Not in the same afternoon, not in the same body. 2. The calcium channel chain reaction. Frank never drank much. A glass of wine with dinner here and there. Maybe a mid-afternoon espresso if he was feeling sluggish. But over the past year, something changed. Every few nights, he'd feel his heart flutter. Not painful, just off. His doctor ran tests, EKG, blood work. Everything looked normal. Until one day, the arrhythmia happened right there in the office. That's when the cardiologist asked him a strange question. Do you ever drink coffee and alcohol on the same day? Here's what most people don't realize. Your heart isn't just a pump. It's an electrical system, controlled by microscopic gates that open and close to let calcium in and out. These are called calcium channels. They're essential. They're precise. And after 60, they become unpredictable. Caffeine lowers the threshold that opens those gates, like loosening the hinges. Alcohol weakens the gate itself, making it leak. So now, your heart's natural rhythm, which depends on carefully timed pulses of calcium, turns chaotic. Like trying to run a train schedule while the tracks are falling apart. In that same 2023 study published in Heart Rhythm, Researchers found something shocking. Caffeine by itself, no major disruption. Alcohol alone, still stable. But together, 100% of test subjects experienced irregular electrical activity in the heart. Every single one. Frank's story made perfect sense. Coffee in the afternoon, wine at dinner, and an aging calcium channel system that just couldn't handle both signals at once. He made one small change: no caffeine after noon on the days he had wine. Within a week, his arrhythmias stopped. That's the power of timing. And if that's what calcium is doing inside your heart, just wait until you see what happens to your inflammation levels when both drinks hit your system at once. 3. The enzyme. Slowdown. You didn't know about. Margaret always thought she was doing the right things. She walked every morning. She took her blood pressure meds on time. She even gave up sugary snacks. But there was one habit she held on to: a nice cup of black tea every afternoon around 2. It helped her focus. It felt comforting. But strangely, her blood pressure started creeping up, especially overnight. She began waking up at 3 a.m., heart thumping, and her doctor couldn't figure out why. Here's what most seniors don't get told. After 60, your liver doesn't work like it used to. Specifically, the enzyme called CYP1A2. That's the one responsible for breaking down caffeine. It slows down a lot. Studies show that caffeine metabolism can drop by up to 50% in older adults. That means if caffeine used to stay in your system for 4 hours, now it lingers for 8, sometimes even longer. And when it's still floating in your bloodstream at midnight, that stimulant is still nudging your nervous system, still telling your adrenal glands to stay alert, still making your heart beat just a little too fast when it's supposed to be slowing down for deep, healing rest. Think of your liver like a cleanup crew at a restaurant. In your 30s, they cleared every table fast, but now half the staff has retired, and the espresso cup on table 7, still sitting there when the lights go off. That's why timing matters more than ever. Margaret didn't need a new prescription. She just moved her daily tea to before 10 a.m., and within a week, no more nighttime spikes, no more waking up in a panic. Her sleep returned. Her morning blood pressure dropped 10 points. No new medication, just respecting her body's slower rhythm. And this same principle, how your body metabolizes, applies to more than just caffeine. Because in the next segment, you'll see what happens when alcohol enters the system right behind it and triggers an inflammatory cascade that most doctors never even mention. 4. The inflammation paradox. That backfires on seniors. Bill was the kind of guy who never liked making a fuss. Even in his 70s, he still mowed the lawn himself. He helped his daughter paint her fence last spring, and when his knees started aching, he just brushed it off. But something wasn't right. Every Saturday night, he'd enjoy his usual routine: a cold glass of beer and some sweet tea with dinner. Nothing wild. But by Sunday morning, his legs felt swollen, his hands were stiff, and his blood pressure up again. The strange part, by Monday, he'd feel fine. It took him months to notice the pattern, but when he finally tracked it, the inflammation always followed the same combo: caffeine plus alcohol, back to back. So, what was happening inside his body? Here's the real shocker. Both caffeine and alcohol, when consumed close together, activate inflammatory messengers in your bloodstream. Specifically, 2 chemicals, interleukin-6, IL-6, and TNF-alpha. In small doses, those messengers are helpful. They help your body respond to injury or infection. But when they're triggered constantly and unnecessarily, they begin to damage your blood vessels from the inside out. It's like calling the fire department to your house. When there's no fire, just steam from the shower. Week after week, this kind of false alarm creates low-grade inflammation that never fully goes away. And that's the kind of inflammation linked to arterial stiffness, cognitive decline, and yes, rising blood pressure. A 2022 paper in Drug Research Journal confirmed it. When older adults consumed caffeine and alcohol together, inflammatory markers spiked significantly higher than when either drink was consumed alone. So, what did Bill do? He didn't quit beer, he didn't give up sweet tea, he just separated them. Now, he enjoys iced tea with lunch, and his beer at dinner, but only on Saturdays. No more Monday morning swelling, no more mystery pain, just a clearer head and better numbers at every checkup. Because sometimes it's not about giving something up. It's just about knowing when your body needs space to recover. Maybe you've never thought twice about your daily drinks. A little coffee to stay alert, a little wine to unwind. They feel harmless, even comforting. But after 60, your body tells a different story. Because what used to be no big deal now lingers longer, hits harder, and echoes through your sleep, your heart, and your independence. This isn't about fear, it's about clarity, about knowing when your heart needs rest, not stimulation, about protecting the rhythm that carries you through the day and keeps you safe through the night. So here's my gentle question for you. What's one small change, one timing tweak you're willing to try this week? Even if it's just moving your coffee earlier or skipping the wine on days you feel tense. It's a step. And small steps protect big things, like your energy, your clarity, your freedom to move through the world without fear. If this video gave you something to think about, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you know someone else in their 60s or 70s who still combines these drinks, please share this with them, because one tiny shift in routine might be the thing that keeps them steady, safe, and strong. And if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. At Healthy Aging Hub, we're building a community that values wisdom, wellness, and living with intention, not just medication. Take care of your rhythm, and I'll see you in the next one.